charged on my feet, I'm like a factory. Dropping lines like an assembly.
How you doing, guys? Welcome to ZukaTube, and today we're going to be reviewing Loki, episode 3, called Lamentis. I'm going to play this little promo that they give you, the brief, vague, repeat, recycled promo things that they do, and then we're going to go into a little summary, my review, and then some spoilers. I got a couple clips to play, you know? So let's get right into it.
I am Loki, and I am burdened with glorious purpose. Glorious purpose.
Glorious purpose.
Glorious.
You gotta be kidding me.
This Wednesday could be hiding
Now they ain't kidding,
anywhere,
dude.
anytime.
They have pirate ship.
How nice to meet you.
And
This
the
isn't
waitress
about
from Always
you.
Sunny is...
Cheers to me.
Yeah,
Come
to you,
on.
man.
What did you expect?
We haven't gotten to the Vote Loki stuff yet, but they do show us that clip, at least in these recycled clips. But basically it starts off with the TVA leader broad. She's like eating with Lady Loki somewhere in what looks to be a flashback, and it's not a flashback. It's Lady Loki using her little powers to get information from her about the Time Guardians or whatever, right? And they show the portal that they left in the last episode leads back into the TVA, which is weird because, like, Loki could drop into the desert and Missy Elliott and the Minutemen can come up, whoop their ass in a split second, or whoop his ass in a split second, right? And then they teleport right now back into the TVA, and she plows through these people, no problem. But either way, both Lokis get into an altercation, right? And obviously, like, female Loki gets the upper hand and all that for most of it. And this whole thing goes, and I'm just going to play this so then you see the scenario on how they get to the main location for this episode.
I thought perhaps we could work together.
Dang.
But now I see you lack vision. So either you'll come
Yo, you
with
liking
me,
that vision, dog?
or you won't. Either way, that's how I get to meet the timekeepers.
Come any closer and I'll kill
It is just an angrier version of the waitress. She ain't trying to deal with Charlie, a.k.a. Loki, the joke of his own show. Causing her problems. Stalking her up. Up, and here's where they run into a predicament because variant. Look at that. Needs to be charged, man. Should have brought your portable charger. Basically, they end up on a planet called Lamentis 1 in the year 2077. And of course, there's some dumb shit where the planet is about to explode in an end world type scenario. And so there's a time limit on them getting out and getting their little teleporter phone charged, basically. A lot of banter and travel, man. Walking and talking and walking and talking and walking and talking. Of course, with Loki trailing behind. As always, the joke of this show, just, you know, everybody's better than him. I like pointing that out because they just drill it in your face all day with every character, right? They find an abandoned town, try to go in a house, and get blasted by a lady who won't leave. They get to this transport area, right? And, like, there's people there. So Loki changes practically in sight of everybody and no one notices into a disguise and tries to get them on the train, but can't. But you know who can? Lady Loki, with her powers that are better than Loki's powers, gets them on the train. Boom. So they're on. And what do? They sit and have a talk about Loki's mom and love and stuff. So talk. My goodness. What are they doing, man? It's just so boring, right? And they talk forever, and Lady Loki falls asleep at a point and wakes up, and Loki's out of his disguise singing and dancing with rich passengers. And she's like, dude, are you kidding me? And it's like typical thing of like, these are a bunch of, you know, like rich elites that are going to survive this whole scenario and this like arc type deal, like Snowpiercer type shit, right? Except all the peasants weren't even brought onto this one at all. And the guards come in, of course, get in a big fight. And Loki gets thrown out of a window, and Lady Loki goes after him, right? And Loki, at this point, broke the teleporter, and they're like, dang, dude, they got to walk back to town before the end of the world, which they, of course, managed to pull off, right? And, okay, so before I get any further, because I'm going to be like into deep spoiler range, I guess, at this point with the very little spoilers there are, I'm going to give you my review. 5 out of 10 again on this. This is not good. This is not a good episode. This episode is filler garbage. It gives you absolutely nothing, and it's a bunch of emotional banter and walking and talking and walking and talking while them drilling in your face nonstop that obviously Lady Loki is far superior than he is. And that's pretty much it, right? So let's get into the spoiler section. Spoilers. So spoiled. Boom, 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 boom. All right. So, okay. So basically they find out, and this is, I guess, the little bit of decent information for the episode, right? They tell you that the TVA agents are all variants that are plucked at a time and basically like their minds wiped and they don't know any of this. And that's like the biggest actual bit of like decent information in this episode. Although I can tell you, like, you couldn't figure that out yourself. Like I pretty much had the idea of that. It's not like these people are all robots or something. Yeah, like the one dude's an idiot and doesn't know what a fish is. I don't know how, but whatever, right? And they got to go and find an arc in this town that's going to power the teleporter enough, right? And they get there and they have to fight through a ton of people. And it's like this kind of epic scene. At least they do a decent fight scene with like, you know, the nearing of the end of the world thing and everybody like fighting while things are kind of like falling apart and all that, right? They get to the arc and it blows up and now they're stuck there. Episode over. Really, dude? That's all you got for us? That was a crap episode, man. From start to finish. It's so much walking and talking and just... I'm just not into it. I really hope they can turn this around. Like, what the hell? That one was a waste. Like, a full waste. And it was a shorter episode. So, go figure. Of course, it's a shorter review, too, right? But, yeah, I'm going to give this a straight up 5 out of 10. This show is not good so far, 3 episodes in. It could get better. I feel like it can only get better. Because could it really get worse? I guess it could. But I'm hoping it gets better from here on out. Stay tuned for episode 4. Loki, 5 out of 10. Zuka 2. Out.
Feel like they tracking me. Yo, let me get on one. Not go get your tracks up. Homie, can I steal some? Homie, you can't stack up. My brother, can you shout me? You're barking up the wrong tree. My dog, why do you doubt me? Cause you can't do shit without me.
Real like the radio and never play it, but that's cool. The enemy's supposed to hate it.
Mic check. Checking the mic. I checked the